It took a few days, but all the big banks have now passed on in full Tuesday's 10th straight interest rate rise from the RBA. There is no surprise there. People wonder what takes them so long. Just get it over with. Business Editor Ross Greenwood joins me now. Ross, for mortgage holders right now, it's all about the art of negotiation.
It really is, Pete. There's no doubt about it, because there are deals out there. But I'll tell you what, if you're not dealing, you're paying an awful lot of money. We can just show you just how much you are paying now, because the standard variable loans, you can see here now with the Commonwealth Bank and even NAB with an 8 in front of it. So that is really significant. So you should be trying to negotiate yourself back onto one of those discounted variable rates. You can see they're the cheapest there with the Commonwealth Bank at 5.3%. But even discounted variable, you look at the NAB there, 7.17. So this is again where you've got to go to really try and negotiate it. And think about the difference between, so that standard variable at NAB and their basic rate of 5.5%, give or take. You're really talking a lot of interest rate rises that you otherwise would be paying for if you're really not negotiated and on that standard variable. I can also show you some of the cheapest loans in the marketplace. So bear in mind those numbers. So say, for example, Bendigo Bank's got an express loan, Suncorp's got a back to basics loan. These have still got 4s in front of them. Let's see, and some of the very few loans still with 4s in front of them. But as I say, if you're not prepared to hustle, if you're not prepared to actually try and move around the place, your repayments are certainly going to be significantly higher. And so right now it's a case where every one of these moves, remember, is worth, sort of thousands of dollars to most families. And as a result of that, it is up to you to really take active decisions right now when it comes to your banking.
OK, well, I've got some work to do looking at those numbers there, Ross. Thanks for that. So most of the attention is paid to mortgage holders who are out of pocket, in many cases between 15 and 20 grand a year on typical mortgages, but those with savings doing better.
Yeah, well, that's the same story there as well. Even with savings, you've just got to make certain you're negotiating and looking for the best deals around the place. So again, we'll go back to the numbers and just show you what's happening here. So this is the big banks and what they'll owe you. Now, there are conditions, and remember that to get the best rates at the moment, you've got to make certain you comply with the conditions. So say, for example, in the Commonwealth Bank ones here, you can get up to 4.15% on that rate, but so long as you'll continue to add to the balance in there. The ANZ, you can see, you need a $10,000 net deposit, but you can't withdraw money from that account, and that only gives you 3.5%. But there are better rates than even these ones as well. So say, for example, I've looked out there, the best that I can find at the moment, 4.8% with ING, but there are conditions. Macquarie has got an introductory rate of around 4.5%. So that is far cry from when savers were getting less than 1%, and in most cases getting just 0.1% for their savings. And so really it's up to individuals again to make certain you're prepared to move your money around the place.
OK, just finally here, Ross, what about future interest rate rises? Is the vibe that rates are about to pause on the mark, do you think?
Yes, although do bear in mind Philip Lowe's comments, and I think they're real in regards to what he's going to look for as to whether rates pause next month in April or not. There's 2 key pieces of information coming out next week. One of those is going to be the business survey coming out of the National Australia Bank. Now, that business survey comes out on Tuesday, and what that's going to basically show is the conditions that business have got right now. The second one is going to be the employment numbers for February. They come out on Thursday next week. Now, he said he's going to watch all of these things come through to see exactly what the health or the state of employment is, what the state of business is, and then also what the inflation numbers are coming out. But then a second thing as well, go to the money markets and have a look at these. So we can even show you the odds, if you like, of another rate rise coming in April. And so going back only even the last week, you could see that before the rate rise came through, there was given a 46% chance that there'd be another rate rise in April. Well, that's now down to 39%. But the odds of no change is now seen by the markets as being 60%. So for now, at least, Pete, the markets are saying the Reserve Bank will pause in April.
After all of that, Ross, thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay.